You are owned by your husband. 3 verse number 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. The word Lord means master honor. You don't want to be owned, don't get married. You are not an equal to your husband. No, you are not even a friend or a partner. No, you are owned. This is why I said to you men, don't accept when your wife calls you baby. No.
You see this kind of people, they are the ones that if they go abroad and they experience acts of racism, they will get so mad, they'll get so angry, and they'll be like, how can someone treat me with disrespect just because of the color of my skin? But these same people are the same ones that are saying that because they have a different appendage between their legs than women, then that women are beneath them. So in essence, you find out that people of this nature are okay with slavery and injustice as long as it's not impacting them. And that is the highest form of hypocrisy. Right? So you know what you don't want to be done to you, but you want to do it to a fellow human. So I have an advice for you. I need you to listen to him. He said, if you don't want to be owned, don't get married. And I need you. That's the only piece of advice I want you to take, because these men that are getting into marriage nowadays, and even many of our fathers, they believe that getting married means that they own the women in their lives. And that's the biggest level of insult, right? That's the biggest level of insult, because human life cannot be quantified with silver and gold. It's a violation of human rights to call a fellow human a slave who needs to be owned. So the thing is, as women, like I said in one of my videos before, we tend to, try to kind of read a different meaning into what men are saying, but they usually tell us upfront. It's so embarrassing, it's so insolent, it's so audacious that you're like, he cannot mean that. But when they say it, they really mean it. When he says that you are owned, you're a slave, they really mean it. So in order for you not to sign up for an arrangement where you think you are a partner, or you are there for love and romance, but you are actually signing up for slavery, you need to listen to men like this when they tell you not to get married. So don't listen to even some other people. Listen to men like this that are telling you pump and plain, do not get married. So please, open your eyes. Don't go in there because you are feeling butterflies in your stomach, or because you tripped and fell over love. Don't fall in love. Don't be in a hurry to fall in love, because that thing you're calling love, they're calling it servitude. Now, if you look at what he's saying, he's trying to quote from the Bible, but that's why I also like to go back to that Bible and quote it back at them. Now, he's trying to make it as if God is the one that set this up. And he said, you know what? Sarah called Abraham Lord. But before we even get to Sarah and Abraham, I want us to go to the book of the beginning, which is Genesis. And why I like to go to the beginning is to see what was God's original plan before the fall. That was what Jesus did when they came to him and they were like, oh, can men, divorce their wives? Oh, can they marry more than one wife? This and that. Jesus went back to the beginning and said, in the beginning, it was not so. So let's look at the beginning. In Eden, after God created Eve, he didn't say, behold your Lord. And when Eve saw Adam, he didn't say, oh, there you are, my dear slave. I am your Lord. Come bow down. No, he said, you are the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. That's before the mankind fell. The Adam that was not fallen acknowledged that he didn't need to be Eve's Lord. And beyond that, Bible says that God made male and female in his image and likeness. And he gave us the same fivefold mandate. And when it came to the fifth mandate, he said, male and female have dominion over all creeping and crawling things on the earth. So he didn't give man dominion over woman, and he didn't give woman dominion over man. So they like to go back to when man has already fallen to come and be looking for examples for what they expect women to do. They will not go back to Genesis before Adam fell to see what kind of man he was. He was somebody that saw marriage as a partnership. Now, let's talk about Sarah and Abraham. So Sarah did not call Abraham Lord because God came to her and said, oh, Sarah, behold your Lord. From now on, you shall call Abraham your Lord. No. So calling her husband Lord is just a form of endearment, just like some people call themselves babe or honey. Does it mean that if you call your husband honey or your wife honey then, or babe, then that person turns into a baby and starts crawling, or they turn into bees and start making honey, or they start dripping all over the place like honey? So what are they trying to say here? So the thing is this, even the fact that she chose to call Abraham Lord, she probably has her reason for it, because looking at how Abraham treated her on 2 occasions, he doesn't even deserve to be called that. 2 good times, they were on a journey and they came to a city. One was in Egypt, one was in Gerar. These 2 countries, the kings of that place, they love to have a huge harem of wives. And so whenever they see a beautiful woman, they'll scout her and take her to the king. And Abraham knew that his wife was a beautiful woman. And he said, please tell them that you're my sister, not my wife. And what does that mean for her? For the two good times she had to tell that lie for him, she was taken into custody to come and become one of their harem. But if not for God's intervention, who stepped in personally to save Sarah, where her Lord Abraham did not step up, she would have become the wife of Abimelech and have children and all that, or the wife of Pharaoh, right? So what are we talking about here? The fact that she chose to call him Lord is not because he deserved it. It's her choice. And so whatever a woman chooses to call her husband, it's their choice. It doesn't become a literal thing. So coming to now insist and say because one person in centuries ago chose to call their husband Lord, because of that, it means that every woman is a slave. That's the height of unintelligence. And the funny thing is, he said, if you don't want to be owned, then don't marry. Then if we want to say, okay, we're not marrying, they'll start threatening and saying, oh, you're going to die old and haggard and sad. So you find out that they want to eat their cake and have it, but we're not going to let that happen. So, dear ladies, according to his advice, it's better to stay unmarried. And if you must marry, do your research and make sure that the person you are signing up to be in a relationship with does not see marriage as a master servant relationship. And even if you find out that before you even get into that kind of relationship, make sure that you're standing on your own. Know yourself. Be free. Don't be in a hurry to get emotionally entangled with anybody. I don't have any other thing else to say to us, but it is just so interesting. A lot of other men, both pastors or regular people out there on the streets, don't really come out to say it as clearly as this man has said it. But you can take him at his word. He's speaking for a whole ton of them. So you need to know what men are really thinking before you sign up for relationship.